So I've formatted the cell, the column, and then I've inserted the formula that I have here. Very simple formula. We're just dividing the previous score by the newer score, and that should give us the change over time. And since it's a percent column, it already does the 100% calculation, or the will calculate percent multiply by 100. Then I'm going to pull this down, and there you have it. So this is now how the whole set works out. And so we can see that some students did really well, and some students didn't have any real change, and then some students actually decreased. So now that we have that, we want to calculate letter grades. Now remember that the letter grades would only be related to not the developmental reading level scores, but that would be related to quiz average. So let's say you wanted to use a quiz average over the period to calculate a letter grade for the student. You create an average score and then just give them a letter grade. I've already placed a formula here in the spreadsheet, and so I'm just really helping you to interpret the formula and copy it so that it copies properly. So I'm going to double click on it so you can see it, and as well as you can look in the formula bar up here and you'll see it. So really what we're telling the computer to do is, this is a conditional statement that says look inside of the cell called J, in this case J2, and if you see certain scores, then just change those scores and turn them into a letter, in this case A through F. So if J2 has a score that ranges less than 89, then you're going to, or that is greater than 89, then you're going to spit out an A. And similarly, J2, if it's less than 79, or then if it's greater than 79, then spit out a B. And again, greater than 69, C. And finally, if it's greater than 59, then spit out a D. And so the computer will evaluate for you and spit out those grades. And then I'm just going to drag these down. And it's going to go ahead and just do that for us. And so we have the letter grades calculated here. And so now we have some other parts of the sheet that we want to work with. So the grade summary section, and so if you come down the list, it says right, so if we go back to our initial instructions page, it says complete the calculations or extend the formulas for each calculated column, which are the green ones. And so I'm going to go back and see if I've completed all that. So I go back to the data sheet, and what I have is all my green columns now complete. And now I have some other smaller columns, smaller areas that I'm working with that I need to finish off as well. So so now in grade summary, we want this grade summary table to look a bit nicer. So I'm going to select the two columns here in these two cells, and I'm going to merge them. So there's a small merge cells bar here that will merge them. And then I'm asking, this cell is just asking a summary of all the A grades, all the B grades, the C grades, the D grades, and the F grades. I'm going to go ahead and put a COUNTIF formula here. So this is called COUNTIF. Now I'm introducing some other things here. The $ is for absolute addressing, which means clearly we have, if you see the dancing ants here, it's coming through the whole area, coming all the way down to M31, and we don't really need it there. We need it to stop at 28. So we'll work out fixing that so that the right area is covered.